Good morning, everybody. My name is Holly, and I'm currently here in Prague doing an 8-week summer internship. A little bit of information about me. I will be a junior in the fall, and I'm a film and video major with an advertising and public relations minor. So in my company, there's about 10 employees and most of them are Czechs. However, there are some other American interns here with me, which is really nice because we can kind of talk about our experience together.
Hi, I'm Viviana Aguilar. I am from Davis, California, and I'm an international relations major. Why I decided to go abroad, or my favorite part about being abroad, is being able to interact with different people outside of my culture and what I'm used to.
So I thought that for each day that I do this takeover, I'm going to teach you guys one new Czech word. So today's Czech word is ahoy. Ahoy is kind of like the informal way of saying hello and goodbye in Czech. So it's kind of like the aloha of the Czech Republic. So I challenge you guys to try and use the word ahoy at least once today. You can use it anytime you interact with another person where you're saying hello or goodbye. And if by some chance you don't see any person today, I will think that you're lying. But if you really don't see anybody today, which is fine, just send a message to me saying, ahoy, Holly.
So every day after work, I tried to go explore one new metro stop that I haven't been to yet to kind of get me more acquainted with the city and see things I might not see otherwise. So right now, I'm on my way to go see some islands that I have not visited yet, and I found this on my way. When I first started looking for study abroad options, I thought I wanted to go during a semester and I thought I wanted to go someplace in Europe. I found a good film program here in Prague for a semester, but when I decided to switch from a semester to a summer program, the program I was planning on going through for the semester also had a summer program. I'd heard good things about the program, so I kind of wanted to stick with them, so I decided to just switch my semester to a summer internship instead here in Prague. My grandma was also born in Czechoslovakia back when that was still a thing, so I felt like I had some sort of family history and connection here that I wanted to explore. So I'm now at this super cool park at the top of that hill, and I thought I'd talk to you about why I decided to do a summer program instead of a semester program. So honestly, one of the reasons why I decided to do a summer internship abroad as opposed to a semester abroad was that I couldn't really decide a semester. I wanted to leave Grand Valley because there's a lot of opportunities I wanted to take advantage of during the school year. So I thought that summer would be a really unique opportunity to go to some real world and real work experience in a different part of the world, in fact. I don't know exactly what I want to do with my life yet, so the hope is that by coming here and coming abroad, I'll be able to meet people from different parts of the United States and different people from parts of the world that can hopefully help me decide what path I want to go down after graduation. So my phone is almost dead and it's getting kind of late out here, so I'm going to get going for today. However, don't worry, I have a lot more to show you tomorrow and talk to you tomorrow. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about what the culture is like here in Prague, if you have any questions about film and video, if you have any questions about what my favorite color is, be sure to shoot me a message. I'll be sure to answer them tomorrow. Have a great night.
So in my apartment here, I live with 3 other girls. There's 4 of us in here total, and we each have our own room, which is pretty unique because the other people in the program generally share rooms. Other people in our program live in the same building, just on different floors. We're the only ones that live on the 6th floor all the way up here. But one of the reasons why I chose the program I'm currently going through actually is because they paired us with a flat buddy. And a flat buddy is kind of like a local Czech person who lives here and who goes to school here. And she's here to kind of answer all any questions that we have about the Czech Republic and its culture, and to show us kind of local places. And that's really cool. She lives in the same apartment as us, and has even taught us how to make Czech dishes. Today's Czech word of the day is děkuji. Děkuji is the informal way of saying thank you in Czech. There are more formal ways of saying thank you in Czech, but děkuji is generally what I use when I'm out at a restaurant or at a grocery store, just saying thank you to a coworker when I'm here. My favorite memories in Prague are actually things that are completely unplanned. I really like to go out with a friend and just explore random parts of Prague that are away from the tourism areas. One time my flat buddy recommended that we go down to this park during the evening, and so a friend and I took our cameras and we went down to that park, and it was a really well-lit area and super pretty, and you got a great view of the city. In Prague, it seems like that you're never more than 5 or 10 or 15 minutes walk away from a park, and especially with all the hills here in Prague, there's always gorgeous views of the river, and it definitely gives you a more local and well-rounded vibe of the city.
So I'm doing video and photography work for an advertising technology-based company here in Prague. And pretty much I had a pre-placement interview with the program that I'm going through, CIE, back in February. And during that pre-placement interview, they kind of got to know me. They wanted to know like my skills and my interests and kind of what I wanted to get out of the internship over the summer. And then in April and in May, CIE paired me up with a couple companies, and I had to interview with each of the companies individually, so that way I could kind of get like a vibe for them, and they could get like a vibe for me, kind of. And then I would let them know my preferences for which company I'd rather want to intern with over the summer, and then if they accepted me and if I accepted them, then that's how I got placed. So no, I did not know any Czech before I came here to the Czech Republic, and even now my Czech knowledge is pretty limited. I can say a few words and phrases, and I definitely recommend that if you do go to a different country where they do speak a different language, you don't know, to learn some words and phrases, because they really like it when I try to speak their language. But definitely don't let that limit you if you're thinking of doing an internship abroad in a country where you don't speak their language. I was paired up in a company that does know all English, and everyone who I interact with generally knows English.
So I left my internship a little bit early today because they want me to go get some landscape shots. So I'm about to go off to this tall hill and get some good shots, hopefully. So every couple of weeks, the flat buddies in our building, which is the local Czech students, put on programs to kind of teach us a little bit more about Czech culture. A couple weeks ago, my flat buddy taught us how to make potato pancakes, and today in the snaps that you just saw, we learned how to make fried cheese with the flat buddy that's downstairs. It also allows us to get to know other students in our program. I'm actually the only person from Michigan through our CIE Study Abroad Internship Program. There's about 12 people total in our internship program this summer, and they're all from all over the US, so stuff like this really helps us to kind of make those connections and get to know each other. Before coming here to the Czech Republic, I did some research on their most popular dishes. And of the 5 that I read about, the majority of them were all beef and pork. And the one that wasn't in beef and pork was fried cheese. And I don't really eat beef or pork. The only type of meat that I do eat is chicken, but even then I try to maintain a vegetarian diet. So I was kind of nervous coming here because I just didn't want to eat fried cheese all day for every meal. However, once coming here, I realized that there was really nothing to worry about in terms of avoiding beef or pork. There are other people in my program who are vegetarians, and one of the program coordinators is actually vegan, and there's a lot of vegetarian and vegan options around. Even at restaurants, they always have at least even like a vegan option. And one time I was at a restaurant and I asked for something without beef, and they offered to put tofu in it instead, and I was in general, food here is cheap in the United States. My program does not provide food in the program fee, so we have to go out to the grocery stores and buy all of our food on ourselves. And once you can figure out what's what, it's pretty easy to navigate. Our program does take us out on some day trips. I think we've gone 3 day trips and 1 overnight trip, and then they also have some afternoon trips. And during those instances, they do pay for our meals, but besides that, it's normally up to us to make our own food.